I'm grateful to have shared these 3 years with you. Parents, we couldn't have done it without you. And teachers, you have opened up our world to many new opportunities. On a recent trip I went on, I came to a realization that as we stray into the unknown, we are able to explore more about ourselves. I was in Yosemite. Its steep trails lay beneath my feet, its mesmerizing evening sky giving contrast to the towering rocks. I stood blocking the trail from everyone, for seconds, for minutes, looking deeply at the majestic beauty. Another world presented in front of me. My mind slipped into the unknown, surrounded by the power of nature. There was not one other moment in time when I felt more connected to myself and to the rest of the world. My middle school years have been the antithesis of this experience, and it wasn't until then on that trip that I recognized the disconnect I had had from myself during my time at MVMS. Middle school is an uncomfortable time for everyone. Those of you that have experienced it may remember it as a time of confusion or search for self-definition. Or you may not remember it at all, possibly at the attempt of obliterating these tangled years from your memory. And for those of us living the reality, it's almost too real to see what the past 3 years have thrown at us, besides the hundreds of math assignments and the time-consuming essays. I have made many mistakes as an individual, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Most of mine were attempts at exploring unfamiliar sides of myself, and every one of these faults weighed me down throughout the years. But the one thing I have not carried with me is regret. Each and every one of those wrong turns led me to grow as a person and understand the delicacy of others. It wasn't until after I broke out of my own world and looked back on everything I had done that I realized the problems I had created. We are stuck in this place of obscurity, and not until we step out of it does it become clear. In that spot in Yosemite where John Muir had stood 150 years before me, I felt the truth of his words. He said, "When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe." This feeling of disconnect I had been so plagued with started to fall away, and I came to see my life as a new beginning. The majority of us have no idea what aspirations we wish to pursue or what kind of role we want to play in this world. As we continue on our progression toward adulthood, we will all continue experimenting with who we want to be. We are at the end of our middle school experience with nothing but the opportunities we choose to open up for ourselves. As I stand now, looking deeply at the trail ahead of us, I understand how we too are hitched as we walk into our majestic future together. The interconnectedness we have developed brings great power. Looking up at the heights of the towering rocks presented in front of us, we see our future selves reaching for our own individual greatness. Friendships, alliances, relationships have all guided us to this threshold that will allow us to step forward into high school as one. As we venture out into a greater unknown, we stand with greater strength. We stand together with the support of our parents, teachers, coaches, and mentors. Thank you everyone for your continuous guidance, and congratulations to my fellow 8th graders. You made it.